A very good morning, friends. I am so sorry because last 2 weeks I can't upload any kind of lesson for you. But this time I have come up with a new topic which is called social justice. This is a very common topic, and I think social justice is not a topic which is only taught in geography but other social science discipline also. Social justice has played a very important role to understand the societal organization or the idea of social welfare. So first, I just want to highlight what is meant by justice. It's a very complicated one. What is justice and what is injustice? It's very difficult to identify. In the earlier days, we have seen that religion it has decided that what is just and what is not just, so that people are mainly abide by the religious rules. But nowadays, every most of the countries, like majority of the countries, they have own written constitutions where they have clearly identified that what is the act and what is not the just act. And now actually our constitution define what is justice. Kant, he has said very interestingly that what is justice? Justice is a kind of um, is a phenomena actually which ensure that all the people will get their dignity, they get access to all the facilities, and they will get all the due to them. Means what they are deserving inside a society, they will get it. That time we say yes, the society has applied the notions of social justice. So when I'm talking about the social justice, we have to identify there are three elements which is very important, and these three elements actually identify that what is social justice in a society. First, treat all the people equally. When we are in a society, we have to treat all the people in respect of their caste, class, religion, gender, any kind of thing. We have to we have to accept them as equal. And if a society can do this, that time they can establish the proposition of a social justice. Next, proportional justice. This is very important. Actually, suppose we are inside a society and we know that our livelihood is totally depending on the people who are involved in the primary sector activities like mining, agriculture, fisheries, because these are the basic source of food and these are the basic needs. But we have often find that these people who are involved in the primary sector activities, they have been paid a very low amount of wage, and that reason it shows that they are not equal, they are not getting the wage which they actually deserve, and it definitely shows that the society is not just, or the societal justice is not established. So that reason we have to ensure, if a society have to put the idea of social justice, they must ensure that all the people, they will definitely get the wage, they will definitely be rewarded according to their skill, their effort, and their contribution in the societal development. Next, special need. But we are all, when we are society, we definitely have to identify that people are all equal, but sometimes few peoples are there who are actually called the marginalized part of the society. They have few issues, and we have to identify their problems. We have to give emphasis to their special need, like when a people who are physically handicapped, irrespective of their class, caste, gender, they have some problems. So when we are have to make any kind of program, policies, or anything, we have to take into the consideration that they must get the some benefits, they must get the facilities because they need it. So if three things are equally maintained, it's not that one is maintained, other two is not maintained, we can't say that the social justice is there. We have to follow these three things equally. That time we can say yes, the society is just to people. Next, how to ensure social justice. John Rawls, the theory is very interesting. John Rawls has said that if we have to assure social justice, we definitely have to apply these last three elements properly while we have planning a policy or any development program. But sometimes it's not happen because when a person has made any kind of program and policy, they always think that how they will get benefited from that, because they are thinking about their own position in the social hierarchy, and somehow it has deviated their mind from the actual motive of this planning and program. So what we have to do, that we need to ignore our own position in the society. Means, suppose a planner who is a IS or IS officer or administrative officer, when he has to plan a program for the people, it's not, he must think that how he has given the benefit to majority of the people, not how he can get the benefit from it. So if these things happen, then definitely something good will happen with the society. But it's very difficult, and he said that this is called the veil of ignorance, when you ignore your own interest. But it is very difficult that people have to, it's not always possible that people will never think about their own benefits. But that time we need the intervention of the government or any kind of institutions. I could say it could be a law, it could be parliament, it could be a court, where there is a constitution, there is a laws and other things which ensure that definitely, in spite of people's own interest, government policies and planning is always working in the way to establish the social justice. And one thing I have to make also clear, that justice doesn't mean that one to do good to his friend and bad to his enemies. It must ensure well-being of others. Next, I come to the next section, which is about social justice and geography. This is another important aspect. How the geographers actually identify the or apply the concept of social justice in their research. First of all, we are talking about social justice, but we are mainly talking about special justice. Who live in the space, how, why these people are migrated from one place to another, why few people are allotted a few lands which is not actually healthy or hygienic, or actually fit for the for making any kinds of habitats. But and why they are deprived for access to the basic facility, what is the role of state to ensure the social justice. These are the basic questions which the social geographers or the geographers has tried to understand, that how the special organization is connected with the social justice, and how the special organization have established that if the society is just or not or unjust to their residents. Applications: geographers prepares map to identify the just distribution of resource, facilities, amenities and infrastructure. In this way, we have a, like, geographers always talking about maps, so we can make this type of distribution of resources, facilities, amenities, and from there we can easily identify if it is equally distributed or not. Then we can also identify the special segregation, because it's also helpful to identify that how specific land is allotted to the specific group of people without in spite of giving equal opportunity to the people. They also investigate the policies of government to understand the role of state to ensure justice. Means, how government has played an important role. It is right that people can purchase a plant and they can make their own habitats there, but the question is that, is it government has taken any kind of policies that they should also ensure that all the place which is purchased by the people must have the basic facilities, must have the basic infrastructure in spite of the price of the land, so that anyone who buy the land, any kind of land, they must get all the facilities and amenities. If the social justice is not ensured, the level of inequality will increase, and it is represent to the location quotient. When I'm talking about the inequality in respect of the in respect of special arrangement, then that time location quotient also work. And when I have to put it in a graph, Lorentz curve is a very good method by which we can identify these kind of inequalities. In few cases, we have found that few spaces are allocated to the rich and few are allocated to the poor through the policy of government, directly and sometimes indirectly. Because when a good place, like, we are nowadays, we are all know about the complex people, like big real estate business are going on, and they have made a specific complex for the people, and where they have given specific type of flats to the rich people, they have different kinds of program for the poor people, and some poor, not I could say poor people can't buy a flat, but sometimes the middle class people. And what happened that the higher class people, their flat is much more more beautiful, more infrastructurally I could say they're very good in regarding the infrastructure facilities, amenities, whereas the people who are getting the flat of less amount, less price, they are not getting the facilities. But here we need the intervention of the governments, where they must ensure that it is not someone buy a flat by 10,000 like 1 lakh rupees, and someone buy a flat by 10 lakhs rupees. They, all the flats should have the facilities, amenities, and infrastructure which is required for someone to live a happy life. So in this way, through the government intervention and somehow people's own perception or own devotion or own interest to establish social justice in a society, can work for the betterment of the people. And definitely geographers have to do a lot of things, because we are connecting with the special segregation, special organization, so we can identify that how this works. We can also represent the present scenario of social justice in a particular society. With this, thank you very much. If you like my video, if you have any queries, please kindly text me. And if you have to have to know, or have to if you want that I'll make some video on a particular topic, please let me know. I'll definitely try my better. With this note, thank you very much. Bye.